Hi once again everyone, and following our demonstration on the administrator module where we were able to set up our restaurant business. So I'm going to be showing you all the other modules within the application and how it has helped us to continue to manage our restaurant business. So the first module here is operations, and the operations module has about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 different modules. Within those modules are also sub modules. So the first module here is the dashboard, and it allows us to see our total revenue, our total orders from our customers, total customers, all the purchasing orders that we have raised, which is a total of 11, and our monthly revenue. And also there's a chart depicting our financials here. So if I need to see how we're doing on a daily basis, I can easily just select day. And if I need to see that information on a weekly basis, this is the same thing per month. And then in a year, so the chart is depicting all that information, and I can just scroll on each of the key points here to see the amounts we've made so far. So as you can see, in February we made a total sale of about 1,851,000 naira. So and our business is booming really. So we're appreciative of our customers, and we're happy to have been serving them. We're happy to have been delivering the best cuisine experience to them. So the second item in our module here, in the operations module, is the work list. So, and what this allows us to do is to approve and reject any item that is due to any line of approval. So if I work in operations and I am supposed to be the one to approve purchase order now, whenever a purchase order is raised in the business, I get a notification via email, and it comes here for me to either approve or reject. So to do that, I can easily just select this item, this action button, approve or deny. Or if I need to see more information about that purchase order, I could just select the action button here, and then I see more details about it. So the purchase order here is a laptop. The quantity is 50, probably for our staff members, and then the price. So if I could choose to approve and give a remark, but I could choose to decline the request, because if we do not need to buy that at the moment, I've been tasked to know that. So and then I can track the entire process right here. And then once I work in operations, I should also be able to manage our bookings and see all the total bookings we have in the business. And that's why we have bookings module here. And I can just go to tables. So recently, some of our customers had called me that they want to reserve one of our tables within the business for a friend's birthday. So I could easily just take all their information and then go to add reservation here, and select branch, main branch or Ikeja, and I select a venue. Let's do main branch. I select a venue, say they want to book a VIP section, and I can select reserve date, select the date they want to come in for their birthday, say on the 26th of March, and then the time they'll be coming in to make use of the table. And then I proceed. So table 25 is currently free, and then I can just select table 25. The system would only allow me to see the tables that have not been booked out. So I don't double book a table for separate customers. We do not want to have that. So then I proceed. And so if it's an existing customer, I could just select here, and then I type in their name, and the system gives me all the number, all the customers that has K in their name, and I select the right customer, and then I proceed. If it's a new customer now, and I could just select new customer, and then I fill in their required information, and then I continue still. So because we have the data of the customer, I could just select the name of the customer and proceed. And then this is the order summary, and then I could just confirm that order, and the table would be booked for that particular customer. And also, because we have series of venues at our restaurant, we have the VIP section, we have a waterfront, we have other venues in the restaurant. So if a customer wants to book a venue for, say, a birthday or a proposal or any memorable event, we're very big on celebrating people. So to do that, we just select book venue and select branch, main branch, the category. So let's say it's a wedding, for example, and then the start date is the on Saturday, 30th of March, and then what time is the event starting? We're not doing African time, so let's say 1 p.m. proper, or that's to, let's say, 11 a.m. and the event would end on the 30th as well, around 10 p.m. because we want our guests to really enjoy themselves. So these are the venues we have that are available. And then we can say VIP section for the wedding, select, proceed. And just like I demonstrated before, if it's an existing customer, you just have to search for their name, and this time gives you their name. You select it, and if it's a new customer, you add their name in, and then you select their payment method. So which payment method are they paying with? Is it with cash, wallet, transfer, POS, or any other payment method that is suitable for them? So let's say bank transfer, and then we proceed, order summary, and then we complete that transaction, and then the venue will be booked out for that day. And at our restaurant, we offer other services such as shortlets, studio equipment, studio sessions, and the same way you book a table or venue, the same way you select the service, because the system is very consistent. And let me just show you how to book a studio equipment now. And as you can see, all you have to do is to just select the action button, and then you select the branch, main branch, which day are they ordering from, and then you select the date, the time, the end date that they need that equipment, time as well. You proceed. Which particular tool does our customer wants to rent? So if it's say a camera now, you proceed, and then you fill in their details here to fulfill that transaction. And then the next module is your inventory management. So as an operations person, you want to see all your inventory items, and that's why you have the history of the inventory transfer that you have made, and then your specific items inventory. So at our main branch, we have salt, and it's in our main store, which is the back of house, and the quantity is 8,591 in kilograms. And if I need to make an inventory transfer from one of our branch to the other, all I need to do is to just go to inventory transfer, select the date of the transfer, the reason, say it's food, and then I add an item. So I can easily just select any inventory item that I want to transfer, be it salt, from which branch, the main branch, which source is it coming from, of course it's our storehouse, and then the quantity we're transferring, let's say 100, and I select which branch is it going in. Is it going to, say we have a branch on the island, we can just select island branch, and which particular inventory source do we want the item to hit. So it's going to be our kitchen, and then we can submit that transfer for approval, or we can add more item here. So for efficiency, you could select as many items as you want to transfer at once. Now, to raise a purchase order for your budgeting or for your procurement, so you could just go to purchase order and then create a purchase order. Which vendor are you buying from now? Let's say we're buying from ABC this time around, and our vendor's payment method is in 20 days. So which inventory source do we want those items to hit? So this means that when the vendor brings in the item that we've requested for, they would need to take it to our storehouse, and then the system will capture that as well in our inventory. So to add an item for purchase, I can easily just add an item. And remember, in the admins module, we've already populated all the items we normally have in our inventory. So that will come into play here when I select Maggi. Which quantity are we buying? It's 100 in kilograms, and our vendor has told us they want to sell for 500 naira per unit. So I could add another item and then select rice. Price is about, let's say, 70,000 naira, and we capture that in bags. And we're buying 70 bags, and what is the unit price, which is now 70,000 naira, excuse me. And we could continue to just add as many items as possible, and then you submit. So the charge shipping fee, for example, now it says shipping fee is about 20,000 naira, and then tax of about 7.5%. So you know that this would go into your proper costing, so you don't run at loss when you're setting up your inventory for any food item itself with this inventory item, and it will allow you to capture all that information easily, and so at least you don't run at loss. Then you submit that purchase order for approval. After that, This is the next sub-module is manual transactions. Now, what we have manual transaction is for proper adjustment of your inventory items. There are times when let's say we make a request to our vendors, and when they supply our items, say they supply egg for example, and maybe due to some reason or the other, we've requested for maybe 20 crates, and out of the 20 crates, maybe just 2 eggs were bad, and we don't want that to be populated in our inventory. So we could adjust that from the manual transaction submodule here, and then we select manual transactions. We select the system generates a reference ID, and then we add a note for, let's say, breakages, and we select the item we want to adjust. So in this case, it's egg, but egg has not been populated in our inventory. So I just use say Maggie. We've requested Maggie, and maybe 2 packs are bad, and we just say 2. Which inventory source is the Maggie at? So storehouse, and the reason we want to adjust it as spoilage, and then we submit that for approval also. And once that has been done, once it has been approved, the item would be adjusted properly in your inventory. And also the next module is my customers, and then this would allow you to capture all your customers all within the business. So we have series of customers. Some of them have a wallet with us that they normally pay with when they make an order, and some of them don't have a wallet balance yet. But when you create a customer, they automatically have the wallet balance that they can easily just make a deposit into and then pay with that wallet, in case they don't carry cash around. So to add the customer now, I can just select my customer. The name of the customer is Ola, and then select his phone number and his email. The membership type, say it's a platinum member, select platinum, and then you add that particular customer. So you upload their ID card for security reasons. So upload the ID card, so at least so you can verify who they say they are. This is for proper KYC, right? So you add their ID card front and back, and if they have a URL, you add that in there, and then you submit. So to fund your customer's wallet, it's pretty easy. All you have to do is to just come to the actions tab here, and then you see the actions tab, and this would allow you to do a lot of things. So you could reserve their account, you could fund their wallet, view their payment history, set an overdraft for them, or you could also issue them a discount. And let's say you want to fund their wallet easily now, you just select an amount, say 10,000 naira. Transaction type is credit or debit. Let's say they are paying with cash, then the description, and you fund their wallet proper. And on this submodule, you have a reserved account here. Then these are all the people you have reserved an account for. So funding, to easily fund a customer's wallet, you could easily just go to funding here, then select fund wallet, and then you type the customer's ID, be it their phone number or their name, and then you can just select transfer. It's the same process that I just demonstrated earlier. And this is the next module is orders, and this would allow you to see all the amount of orders that your kitchen or waiter staff has created in the system. So you can track all your orders, the requested orders that are still pending, the ones that have been prepared, ready, and completed. So this is giving you an overview of all your entire operations, really. So, and like I mentioned in the administrator module, you have a shifting, a shift management sort of feature in there where you could schedule shift for your staff members. So we have staff members at deluxe place who work morning, and some of them work in the evening. So I could just add a shift here and select the shift name, the branch, and then date. Now to see that information, I could say night shift now, select view shift, and then I add the staff members who will be working that shift here proper. So Cedric is going to work in morning, and I can just add every other member here from Mondays through Friday to create a shift roster, and then I save it for our other operations people to at least track, and then the staff members as well. And you have a calendars module, a calendar tab here to select which particular date you want to create a shift for. And also you have aging receivables as part of your module here, and what this would allow you to do is to capture all the payments that has not been all the orders that has been created but has not been paid. So if a customer has eaten at your restaurant and they are a special customer and you don't charge them immediately, they want to pay some other day. So that particular order would populate here in the agent receivable. So when they make a payment, you could either just mark it as paid or see more details about that order by clicking this, and then you can track that transaction proper. And then you have invoice. These are all the invoices you have in the system that the system has created out of the table that you have created, the venue you have let out to your customers, a shortlet, studio equipment, and every other invoice. So these are the ones that have been paid, and you could also see unpaid invoices as well. And the system, of course, the system is not complete without proper reporting. So you have a reporting module here where you can see your inventory statement reports, and you can easily just generate reports for a particular date range. So let's say from the 3rd of March is what we want to generate report for. Then I can select a main branch, which particular storehouse do you want to generate the report for? So is it the middle of house or your back of house, which is your general store, and which inventory source? Storehouse, and then you click on generate report, and this would generate an Excel sheet for you that you can then download and see the report proper. And all the items here are the specific date a report was generated. So a report was generated on the 24th of March, main branch, back of house, and the inventory store. The inventory source is the storehouse. And also you have access to see your inventory transaction report and your sales margin report as well. It's the same process. You select a date, to which date, you select the branch, and you generate report. And that's about it for the operations module. And the next module is the POS module, which would also allow you to capture some of the operations within the restaurant. So some of our POS that we've created there, we want them to have access to a dashboard where they can easily just place an order for food item, reserve any of our services for our customers, and they also have the ability to see the total number of orders, and also they could create orders, or they could create a booking for our customers just as the person in operation can as well. So they could easily just reserve a table like I demonstrated. They could reserve a venue for our customers as well, or book a shortlet if your restaurant has a shortlet area, just like ours have. And then they also have access to agent receivables to track paid and unpaid payments, particularly unpaid payments. And also they have access to funding, so they could fund your customer wallets. So you could just easily select fund wallets like I demonstrated before, start the customer phone number and then fund their wallet, and also invoicing as well. So they could also see all the invoices that have been created in the system. And that's about it for your POS operators. So the next module is the kitchen and waiter module. So let's start from the waiter. So this is simple to understand. Now, as a waiter, your waiter takes orders from your customers, and to do that, they just go to the waiter side here. And I must say, every staff member you have created in the system only have access to what you have assigned them to do. So if I'm in operations, I will not have access to waiter. If I'm in the kitchen, I don't have access to what our waiters are doing. And if I'm an accountant, I can only see what has been assigned to me as an accountant. So for a waiter now, they can easily just create an order, and let's say Mr. Oduyinka has come in to buy to eat at a restaurant, and then it's a dining order. So they could, and also if you need to create a takeaway order here or a delivery, the system is capturing that as well. So dining order, and then say manual jollof rice also. So depending on how your menu is. So once that has been created, you could add a comment to it. Say, I want it less spicy. And your kitchen staff would see this comment, so they ensure that they're not bringing Mr. Linka's order and with a lot of spicy ingredients in there. So then you check out proper. So if it's an existing customer, you just select the name, Obami Kende, for example, and then which particular venue are they eating at. If it's a VIP, then you then select the table, or if it's another venue, you can just create that here, and then you select the table they are eating at. So All right, so it's still take away now. Sign in. Okay, all our tables are booked, so I just have to do a takeaway and then I proceed. So if they are paying now, you could just select pay now, or if they are paying on pickup, you could just select that, and that order has been created. And this is it right here: one water bottle, one manual jollof, and I can click to see the comment. As you can see, Mr. Olinka does not want it spicy, and then that is why I've written a comment here for them. So once the order has been created, it flows into our kitchen, and then I can go back and select kitchen here, and our kitchen staff would see that order as pending. So immediately they start to prepare that order, they can just tick it here. So once they start to cook the jollof rice, they can then tick it here, and then that goes to preparing. We have an insufficient balance in our inventory. That is why it's not going through. So the system will allow you to capture. If you don't have enough resources in your inventory, you'll not be able to prepare that food. So, but if we do have enough items in our inventory, you could just select maybe water, for example, and that item will go to preparing. Once it is being prepared, it will be tracked here, and also once it is ready to be served, you can just select ready to be served here, and that moves to ready to serve. And when it gets to ready to serve, your waiter would get to see that on their own screen as well, and they can come to let's say I'm a waiter now, and I can see it as ready to serve here, and immediately I am serving that particular customer. So I don't have to be running around to the kitchen trying to confirm if the customer order is ready. The system would allow you to just be that efficient. So, and if you have already served an order, you can come to say order that is you can come to served or ready for pickup here, or unpaid order. We don't have any items that are ready for pickup here, ready to be served. That is why this tab is empty, but all our unpaid orders are also tracked here, and then you can complete that transaction and by saying, okay, view details, mark it as paid, and I can select cash and confirm. So that item has been paid for. Also, to print a receipt, you just have to select print a receipt here, and then they get a receipt. And that is all for our kitchen and customer staff. But there are times when your customer will say, oh, I want to add more to my order. And what to do that, you just say details, add an order right here. You just select add an order, and then you go and select any food they want to add to their bill. And now, last but not the least, is the accounting module that gives you access to all your expenses. It gives access to your purchase order as well, your work list to approve and reject requests, manual journal for your proper leg accounting, your general ledger accounting, and also to track your assets, orders, funding, agent receivables, and then a host of reports as well. Now, for the first item, which is disbursements, so you have expenses here, and then you can easily just create an expense, the date of the expense account, if it is cost of food, the amount, which account did you pay it through? Did you pay through your cost of drinks or food account, the vendor you're paying to, and then the description, and then you add a picture. And also, the actions button here allows you to just see more details about that particular expense, and that expense is still pending, because once an expense has been created, it flows to the next line of approval. Now, also, your manual journal allows you to create a manual journal to balance your accounts proper. So you can add the journal, the dates, journal ID, the currency is in Naira, and then a description. So I could select an account, say cost of food account, a description, and then I could either create a debit transaction, and then in accounting for a debit entry, there's an equally opposite credit entry. So then you select credit as well, and that will be tracked properly to balance your account. And then the next item is your invoices. So you also have the accountant, because they operate around money, they have access to all the invoices in the restaurant. So you can see venue, you can see for shortlets or any other particular service area. And you can also track unpaid invoices as well. And when that invoice has been paid, you could just mark it as paid, either by cash or transfer after you've verified that particular invoice. At least this will allow you to do proper account reconciliation. Also, tracking your assets now, you could also create an asset by clicking on assets, add a new asset. See if it's a car, for instance, the asset ID, say 001, which branch owns the asset, our main branch, the general ledger code, which we have already created, say uh, cash, balancing account, also say cash capital now, the start date. This is to allow you to do proper depreciation. So the start date, what date was it purchased? Let's say 17th. The initial value of the car, so it's about 5 million naira, and the lifespan, it's about 5 years. And then immediately you input that details there, the system captures your monthly depreciation for you, and then cumulated depreciation. Now, so like I mentioned before, you are on the accounting side of things, you have access to your orders, the funding. So an accountant can also fund a customer wallet. They could track aging receivables, and this is all the payment that has accumulated in the period of time that has not been paid, so you don't run at loss. And also your reports. So you have your general ledger account balance reports, you have your sales margin reports, account transactions, cash flow reports, balance sheets, and profit and loss report. And that's about it for the accounting side of things. And thank you for staying with us this far. I hope that I've been able to the solution we use to run our daily operations would also be of help to your restaurant, and we cannot wait for you to try it out really, because it's made our operations a breeze, and we've been able to just streamline our operations proper and focus on other items that matters to us the most. So it has taken us from a manual and inefficient way of working to a much more efficient and productive way of working.